Ever wonder how the laws we live by are actually made? The rules that shape our daily lives? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on Victoria's lawmaking machine. We're going to dive into the two-house system that creates the rules for, well, pretty much everything, from your morning commute right down to your local school. It's a great question, isn't it? Who does decide the rules you follow every single day? Because the answer is actually pretty fascinating. The moment you step out your front door, you're interacting with a whole bunch of rules and laws, and someone, somewhere, had to dream them up and make them real. And I mean everything. We're talking about the speed limits on the roads you drive on, the rules at your kids' school, how much funding our public transport gets, and yeah, even the really big stuff, like the criminal laws that help keep all of us safe. These aren't just some abstract ideas floating around. These are real decisions that have a direct impact on your life every day. So, the official name for the system we use here in Victoria is a bicameral parliament. I know it sounds a bit complicated, right? But all it really means is that our parliament is split into two houses. And this two-part setup is there for a really important reason: to make sure laws are properly talked about and debated, not just rushed through without a second thought. Okay, the easiest way to think about it is like a two-part machine. First, you've got the engine room. This is where everything gets started, where the ideas get fired up. And then you have the safety check, a super important review stage to make sure everything is working right. So let's start with that engine, shall we? All right, part one of our machine, the government's engine room. This is all about what happens inside the Legislative Assembly. So what does this place do? Well, its main job is a big one. The political party that wins the most seats in this House gets to form the government. Simple as that. That's what makes the Legislative Assembly the absolute center of government power in Victoria. And being the engine room, it's got some huge responsibilities. Its members are called MLAs, and each one represents a specific local area, so they're basically the direct voice of the people in their community. This is the place where most new laws, which are called bills at this stage, get introduced. And it's also where all the big decisions about state policies and, crucially, the budget get made. And if you need any more proof of just how important this place is, think about this. The leader of our state, the Premier of Victoria, actually sits in the Legislative Assembly. That one fact right there tells you just how much power is concentrated in this single house. So, that's a lot of power in one place, right? The power to introduce new laws, the power to control all the state's money, which leads to a really important question. How do we make sure all that power is used wisely? How do we keep it in check? Well, that's where the second part of our machine comes into play. Okay, on to part two of the machine, the essential safety check. Now we're talking about how the Legislative Council reviews the laws. You see, the main job of the Legislative Council is to act as a check on the government's power. Its whole purpose is to review what the government is up to. In fact, it's often called the House of Review. Its job is to hit the brakes if necessary and make sure the government isn't just rushing through laws that might be unfair or, just not very well thought out. So how does this safety check actually work in practice? Well, it's a three-step process, really. First, they examine the bills that come from the other house. They go over them with a fine-tooth comb, looking for problems or things that might backfire. Second, if they spot something, they can suggest changes. These are called amendments. So, for example, they might propose a tweak to a new criminal law to make sure it's fairer. And third, and this is a big one, they have the power to delay or even reject a bill entirely, stopping it dead in its tracks if they think it's a bad idea. So you've got the engine room and the safety check. Two houses, one blueprint. Let's put them side by side so we can really see how their different jobs fit together to make the whole system work. Okay, let's break down this tale of two houses. You can see their primary roles are totally different. One forms the government and starts laws, the other reviews them and checks that power. And look at who they represent. The members in the assembly, the MLAs, they represent pretty small local areas. This keeps them really focused on what's happening on the ground. But the council members, the MLCs, they represent huge regions. This means they're looking at things from a much broader statewide perspective. And that difference is absolutely key to how the whole system stays in balance. So we've looked at all the nuts and bolts, but let's zoom out for a second. Why does having this kind of process actually matter? What's the real impact of having this two-house system? I mean, you might be thinking, why not just have one powerful house? Wouldn't that be faster and more efficient? Why do we need to go through all this extra trouble? Well, here are the crucial takeaways. This whole bicameral system is designed to make sure laws aren't rushed. The assembly, our engine room, gets things started, and it has the people's democratic support behind it. But the council, our safety check, is there to provide that essential review and make sure everyone is held accountable. It's this partnership that really strengthens our democracy by forcing the whole process to be more thoughtful and cooperative. So, I want to leave you with this one final thought. As you go about your week, think about a law or a rule that affects your life in a big way. What law in your life deserves the most careful review? Because now you know exactly how the system that's designed to do just that actually works.